So I'm super excited to hear from Bryn tonight because she is a rock star when it comes to Instagram stories. And I'm like seriously envious of your stories.
Like, oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, no pressure.
No, seriously, like you make me laugh like every day, or you make me feel some sort of emotion, whether it be like empathy or because you're always telling stories and then you're always making it so fun. You're adding in music. You're doing your workouts, your cute kids are in the background, and it's always fun to watch. And that's what really makes Insta stories come to life and make people want to go back and watch more and more. So I can imagine you probably have a lot of people watching you every day, a lot of followers.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And yeah, because I mean, I've seen quite a few stories, and some people are only post a couple and aren't so fun to watch, but Bryn is like amazing, and I always love watching your stories because you have something different and you have tips and ideas and you're telling stories, and I just love it all. So I'm really excited to learn from you and for all of us to learn and see what you have to share with us. So I know that some girls are some women are kind of newer to it, so I'm really thrilled for them to learn it all. So I will turn it over to you, and we're excited to hear from you.
Okay, awesome. I feel like all tongue-tied now. It's just like, oh my gosh, okay, guys. So I'm total novice at this, but at the same time, there's a ton of things that I've learned by trial and error. So I hope that, not mistakes, but I hope that like my experience like kind of gives you guys an easier, like coming into Instagram. So basically, I actually started doing Insta stories because I saw that Arlene, she's Turbo Fire lady, Pio lady. She's fantastic motivational speaker. She owns like 5 different companies. She's a Beachbody superstar coach. She's awesome. And she was talking about Insta stories. And she said the best thing that you can be doing to not like gain a following, but to connect to your audience is doing Insta stories. And the reason why is because Insta stories actually reach your audience. That the algorithms with Instagram change so often that it's hard to reach everyone just by posting. And a lot of it is like the time of day you post, and if everyone's on their phones or not, and if someone likes it within the first little bit. I mean, so the algorithms kind of throw it off. But the Insta stories are a lot easier to reach your audience. And so I'm kind of like looking through my notes and stuff. So basically, does anyone know how to do an Insta story? Because I don't know like where to start. Okay, so this is like, I'm seeing head shake like, no. Okay, so let's just start. What is an Insta story? So an Insta story is a lot like Snapchat, and some people will be like, what's Snapchat? So an Insta story is a 15-second little clip that you can attach to your profile, basically. So if you see some people, if you go onto your Instagram, they're going to be at the top of your feed. There's like a little bar that you can scroll through, and it has like all these like little circles with people's faces on it. So the purple ring on the outside means that someone has an Insta story. So I'll kind of show you. I'll actually show you mine. So my Insta story is 15-minute little photos, videos, just little clips that you can have that people can just kind of scroll through. If you want to go back on an Insta story, you click to the left side of the screen. If you want to go forward, you go right. So you can kind of scroll through people's Insta stories. They only last for 24 hours. And so that's what's nice about it too, is that your audience is staying current in what you are doing. So with your Instagram page, they can scroll through your feed and see everything. But if they want to see what you're doing like today, it's nice that you have an Insta story so that people are interested in your life and you know what's happening right now. You can just give them current information basically. And actually I've noticed that I get more views on my Insta story than I get likes on my picture, or even my videos that I post, my workout videos, I get more Insta story views than my actual Instagram feed. And so that's something to consider. So if you're wanting to connect with your audience more, Insta stories is where it's at. And that's what I heard from Charlene as well, that it's a lot easier to connect with people through Insta story. So now there are 2 different kinds of stories that you can do. The normal story, which kind of puts it into your feed, and then people can just kind of scroll through, see what you're doing. That's a thunderstorm that happened last night, so check out my Insta story to find out what happened. But yeah, I love posting my workouts. I like posting the fitness stuff that I love to wear. I love posting healthy recipes, Shaco recipes. I post like my favorite workout music. I mean, just kind of like what I'm doing. And then I also post things I'm doing with my kiddos, and it's just awesome. You can post live, so you can, so I'll show you how to actually post one. So if you go to your Instagram, you can actually do this like if you're not on your phone. This would be really nice to do. So you can click on your profile icon, and there should be a little plus, like a little blue plus, and that will take you into the Instagram story mode. So you can either take a picture like right away. So I'll actually take a picture of you guys. Say hi.
Hi.
Cuties. Okay, so I just took a picture. So now what I can do is there are a few different things that you can put on your Insta story. So I'm just kind of taking you through all the basics. Right here, there's a little stamp icon. You can hit the stamps. You can put on where you're at. So if you're on vacation or something, that's a cool place to put. Or if you really like a restaurant, that's cool to put that on there. You can do a mention. So you can say at whatever if you're trying to like do a shout out for maybe someone that you're following or an athletic clothing brand that you like or something, you can do that. You could do a hashtag. The GIF option is really cute. You can search a bunch of little GIFs that you can put on your Insta story, and it's really, really cute. They're like little stamps. Music, that's a new function. You can put music on there. That's pretty fun. They have like a ton of songs that you can choose from, and you can put music over whatever you have playing. Okay, so then this is a tip that I also got from Charlene. She says words are for the birds. She says questions is where it's at. So to engage your audience, a great way to stay current and ask questions and just kind of make it fun while people are going through your Insta story is kind of shoot for asking at least one question a day. So a few different ways that you can do that is you can do a poll, and you can change the answers to yes or no or yes and yes. Like you can change the answers to whatever you want, and you can put the text above. You can ask a question now, and then people will just give you feedback. And then if you go into your Insta story feed and like you can see who's viewing it, I'll show you that. You can actually answer the questions on your Insta story. So a lot of this is like drinking from the fire hose information. Just stay with me, ladies. Once you get into it, it will make a lot of sense. There's all these like cute little things that you can post on it too. So I am gonna post on ours Savage because you're all savage. Okay, so I just got like a little icon. You can make it bigger by pinching and pulling, kind of a thing. So you can like place it wherever you want. I'm also, oh my goodness, my baby just spat up all over me. It's okay. So another thing that you can do is you can draw. So I'm going to do a little heart around you guys. So you can draw on your Insta story. And then also you can write text on your Insta story. So I'm going to say, talking to my ladies. You can change the font. So cute, right? And then all you have to do is there's a little icon at the bottom that says your story, and you just add it to that. And now you can see that my ring has like a purple ring around it. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, sorry, sweet guy. Has a little purple ring, which means now I have a new story for people. Or I haven't watched it at least. So that is how you do a normal story. I know that was a ton of information. I'm so sorry if it was a lot. Oh, hi, Ashley. I know it's a ton of information, but once you start getting into it, I think that you'll start noticing like, oh yeah, she said that you can do that. There's also a way to actually do a live story, a lot like a Facebook Live, which is just awesome now. It's a great feature because then you can say, hey, I'm going live about healthy eating, so join me at 3:00 and I'll answer all your questions. And so people can ask questions underneath and at a live rate, like, and so you can kind of have focus on, like, I'll be sharing like 3 of my favorite recipes, and then come with your questions. And that's awesome because then that's a way that you can engage your audience as well. And that a live video is unlike Facebook. It will actually delete after 24 hours. So that will be gone. Instagram, I haven't gotten into this much, but they just created Instagram TV, which I believe stays on longer than 24 hours. So I may be wrong about that, but I really think that's right. The Instagram TV, they'll let you post pictures and videos that are longer and will stay up. So I'll have to double check that one, but I'm pretty sure that one's right. But yeah, so how you do a live Insta story, I'll kind of show you right here. So if you click on doing a new Insta story, oh my goodness, is that just so sad? So at the very bottom, you can scroll over. It says normal. Usually if you open it, it will just be on the normal take a picture function. But then if you scroll over to the left, it says live, and you can press start live video. And then that's where you can, it gives you like a countdown. We'll say 3, 2, 1, you're live. And then that's when you're live with your audience. There's a way that you can just do like a cute little background, and you can just type a message if you go all the way to the left. The music function is the same where, oh no, you can just have a song playing with text.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, I know. No, it's okay. And then I think we're nearing his end. But then there's also a few different apps. Just a second. Let me calm this guy down.
I can put you on mute for a second, and I'll tell him about how you can slide over on those ones. So let's see. I'm going to change this for a second here. Okay, cool. So like she was talking about how you can do live and stuff. I'll just show you those little things. So right down here at the bottom where you slide back and forth. So right here is text, like she showed, and then there's a live, and this is just normal. So that's good for a picture. So if you just push it once, it takes a picture, but if you hold it down with your finger, it'll take a video. And then there's a boomerang. So like you've probably seen like kids who jump in a swimming pool, and if you do a boomerang on that, then it'll make it so they look like they jump in the pool and then back out. It's pretty cool. And then like a super zoom, it just like zooms up, like kind of flashes. There's a focus. I'm not sure what that does. There's a rewind, and then the hands-free is what I do with all of my workout videos. And I actually have a little tiny remote controller I bought for $10 on Amazon. And it just like Bluetooth connects to my phone, and I will push the button, and it will start this live video so that when I'm like 5-10 feet away from my phone, it'll take the video. And then it'll just stop, and the video will be right there, and then you just push that center button to send it. And then another thing to keep in mind is like okay, so I just took this picture. See the bottom left here, it says either save or your story. So you can set up your settings so that it saves everything that you put in your Insta stories, and that's what I do. And then I just copy and paste over to Facebook. But if you want to just save an individual picture that you took, you can click save. Otherwise, you can go to your settings. I think it's like in like on your profile. So you'd have to go to like your main profile, and then you click up here on the right. And then there's probably story settings somewhere. Oh, I'm going to unmute you, Brandon. You can probably tell us. Do you know where the settings are to save all of your stories?
Yeah, so if you go into your profile, it's like that little settings icon to the very far right.
Okay.
Down to, I'm pretty sure that's, it's called, I think it's story controls.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there's a little icon that you can click that says save to camera roll. So
Okay, cool.
that's where that all your stories will just be saved immediately to your camera roll.
Okay.
I was going to say about how I do my workout videos is something that's really nice. What you can do is, I would say right here, there's an app called Cut Story. That will be your best friend. So what I do is I take, and then this is my hyperlapse. So I use the little icon right there. It says hyperlapse. And that's how I record my workouts. And I just don't have to worry about like if it's like recording or not, or like pressing stop and start, because like I'm already stopping and starting so much with my kiddos that like I love recording with the hyperlapse, and it's just recording throughout my entire workout. And then right after I just press save, and then I go into iMovie, and that's where I kind of do like the cute little like cut story, like the little movies that I'll post on Instagram. But then if I post on Instagram, I'll actually put it on my story too. And because it can only be the 15-second clips, I'll use Cut Story, and you can actually not download, but you can put a video into Cut Story, and it will cut it into 15-minute segments that you can just put onto your story. So it takes a lot of time out of that. There's also, so yeah, I would say Hyperlapse and Cut Story are the ones that I use the most when I'm doing my, when at least like recording and posting my workout videos. So that makes it really easy.
That's awesome. So I've never heard of hyperlapse. So it will just like continue to record your video, your workout.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So here's hyperlapse. So so you can see. You can do a selfie version, or you can just use your nice camera version. If you get a tripod, that's my next purchase, is going to be a tripod that I can put it up on, because my kids like always assault it. So what you can do is you can just press that little record, and it will record a hyperlapse for you. So it'll take video that will go like 30 minutes or whatever. So I'll kind of let it go for a second. Hyperlapse. So I'll press stop, and then you can speed it up, and you can slow it down, and you can do like all kinds of different things. It just really makes it simple. Hi, husband. It just makes it really simple for recording videos. So you can do times 12. You make it go like super fast. You can go like 2 times fast, or like a little bit faster, like 2, 1, 4. Yeah, so it makes it so simple to record workouts. And then I plug it into iMovie, because iMovie is super intuitive. It honestly, like, to make my workout videos, it takes me probably 3 minutes. That's like from like saving the recording, making that cute little video on iMovie, and then cutting it and putting on Instagram and my Insta story. Like literally only 3 minutes, because I have children and they would kill me if it took longer than that. So,
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so those are my best friends when it comes to Insta stories. And then you can also download Boomerang, so you can just take a Boomerang whenever you want. I don't really see the value in it, but I've used it a few times. So yeah, there's a bunch of things to do, and honestly, the best thing that you can do is jump in head first and just use all the filters. And honestly, like, the more variety that you have, like, and I'm not saying like the filters like make yourself look pretty kind of thing. I'm saying like change the colors, put different text, use a different GIF like for a few different posts. I mean, just kind of make it fun and different, because that catches people's eyes. Because if you have 10 different Insta stories of your face talking to the camera, people will kind of be like, okay. And what I like to do is I like to kind of put a summary, or like a funny little I don't know, funny little summary of like the 15-second video of like my inner dialogue or something. So when someone like watches it, like my thunder, what's it called? My thunderstorm stories the other night. So I like kept on putting like stay informed and updates, and like it was literally updates like 30 seconds later. But I was like, okay guys, update, more thunder. Like, it was just dumb, but it's funny, And then putting polls on. I put a poll on that said, do you love thunderstorms? And I actually got like huge responses. Like people were really divided over this. So didn't know it was like so political, but there's like people who love them and hate them. So
that's funny.
Sorry guys, got to do what you got to do. But yeah, so doing polls, like really focus on doing polls and questions and just connecting with your girls, because you'll get messages like a lot from your Insta stories. And that's a great way to start conversations and see where people are at. Like, you know, posting like, oh my gosh, I love eating healthy. You'll get so many messages of like, how do you do it? Because I all the time, I'll post like, hey, this is an easy, healthy dinner. And like 10 people will be like, message me the recipe right now. And so it's like, it's a great way to start and to see how people are doing, you know, and be like, do you have like a hard time like with dinners? Because I have a ton more recipes. And that's like a great way to start with like, how do you have so many recipes? Well, actually, I'm on 2B mindset, or I know Fixate. You know, so it's like a great way to start like selling something to someone that they really need it because they contacted you. You know, it's a lot less invasive, like, because they're asking you, and it's like, this works for me. So you obviously are like, hey, I see that you have something that I really need. And so it's a great way to start a conversation without like barging into someone saying like, hey, I want to start a conversation, you know, like it's great. So it's a great way to start conversations, build relationship with your audience, and to stay, like stamp a little bit of flavor on your brand, you know, and stay true to yourself.
Absolutely. That was perfect. And yeah, Insta stories are so powerful. And, you know, even at Summit, they talked about how everyone should be doing Insta stories. They're the most powerful tool that we have right now. And it's like, it's transformed our business just I mean, they've only been around for like a year maybe or less. Yeah. And it's transformed people's businesses. So it's really awesome to have this tool, and like all those tips were amazing. I'm going to unmute you guys if you have any questions. Raise your hands if we can help with any questions.
I just want to know, is it going to be taped so we can go, or recorded so we can go back and listen to it again?
Yes.
Okay, good.
And you're going to want to listen to it again with your phone and be like, oh, I see what she's talking about. That was so, and honestly, ladies, just ask away. Oh yeah. Kim.
On the hyperlink, when you record using that, is it at normal speed and then you speed it up?
Yep. So the hyperlapse, all you have to do, like, it's seriously like the most simple thing ever. Like, so here it is. And then you can either use your selfie, so you can make it a selfie, or you can use your camera. And so it just depends on which way you want to use it. And then all you have to do is just press record. And then it will just record you the entire time that you ask it to record. And then when you're done, you just press the stop. And then that's where you can see at the bottom, there's that little scroll bar. You can make it go faster. You can make it go slower. So that's where you can do it. And then there's a little check mark in the side. Then you're like, check, that's what I want. And it will save it for you to your camera roll. Just super, super simple.
And hyperlapse, right?
Hyperlapse, yeah. It will look actually beneath.
Is it hyperlapse from Instagram? Is that the one?
Hyperlapse from Instagram. It's a white icon with like a little purple ring. And it's free. I'm all about it. It works really well with Instagram. It's like it's in junction with Instagram, so it works. So.
Awesome. Any more questions?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes,
Andy. I'm here. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. I know with regular Instagram posts, we're supposed to copy and paste them for viewing sake. With the stories, I've noticed a lot of people do share those directly from Instagram to Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
Is that's, I mean, I've even noticed Lindsay does that.
It's actually,
and so is that something that doesn't matter as much as posts?
It's great.
When you're doing stories?
It's great to double up. So what I do is I always post because you always want to have content that people can come back to. And so with Instagram stories, you want to stay with more like what you're doing in the everyday kind of thing. So maybe not, because it's hard to post like a Shaco recipe every single day on your Instagram, because people would be kind of like, oh my gosh, like enough with the shakes, lady. Like, but,
Right,
like,
no.
but if you want to do a Shaco recipe every day on your Insta story, like I feel like that's awesome. You can give so much information on your Insta story without overwhelming.
Right. So with the Insta stories, you can have it where it shares to your Facebook story too.
Yes. Yeah.
And I know, like with Instagram posts, you don't want those to automatically share to the Facebook post because it doesn't hit as many viewers. It's better to, you know, taste originally from each. With the stories, is that not the case?
You can actually link up your Insta stories with your Facebook.
And that won't cause like a viewing issue or anything like that.
No, I actually get a ton of messages. I kind of forget that it's on Facebook too, and I'll get a ton of messages from my friends who are like,
okay,
oh my gosh, I love your Facebook stories. And I'm like, am I doing Facebook story? I forgot. Like, actually,
I was just wondering because it would save me a step where I work 40 hours and I'm trying to do as much as I can.
Yeah.
If it would save me a step, I was just curious because I saw a lot of people are doing it that way. So
yeah, and honestly, like I feel like if you do live videos on your Insta stories, that will reach Facebook followers as well. And so, but then that's not the same thing as Facebook Live, though. So just
yeah,
that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
So, Bryn, to have the stories go directly to Facebook stories, how do you do that? Because what I've been doing is just going to Facebook and then having to like copy and paste in my story. Like here, I would click on add, and then I would like click on whatever video is already in my camera reel. So, can you show us how to make it go automatically over?
Yeah, so I think that's in your settings too. I'm gonna hope I'm doing this right. So you can go to, let's go to story. I'm gonna say story controls, right? Let's see. Oh yeah, right there on the very bottom it says share to Facebook. Right there, and then that will instantly and automatically share it to Facebook. And so that's also something to remember that if you're going to be doing that on Facebook and you delete a story from your Instagram, like your kid accidentally posts something, it's on your Facebook. So you need to go check your Facebook stories, or else you're going to have like some incriminating evidence on something. So yeah, so you have to like make sure to manage like both of them. But honestly, if you know, you're going to be fine. Like you're not going to run into big issues. And if honestly someone sees a 15-second clip of like your children picking their nose, I don't think they'll think any less of you. So don't worry about that. So
yeah, sometimes, well, Cameron gets on Snapchat and does a bunch of like silly ones on there, so they'd probably automatically go over there.
Yes. And there's also a way to, I just wanted to add at the very end, there's a way that you can actually some things that I like to do with my family, I don't like to have my phone out the entire time. And so what I'll do is I'll just take pictures, and there's a way that you can actually just add pictures from your camera roll to your Insta story. In the very corner there's going to be like a little icon that's actually your camera roll. And so you can just go through your camera roll and you can take pictures from your camera roll. They used to just do the 24 hours, but now you can like scroll back through whatever, and you can post from there and do the same thing. So videos and photos.
Awesome. This was amazing. So much value. Thank you so much, Bryn. Does anyone else have any questions? We have 3 minutes left.
Yes.
If you have a question, raise your hand, because I put a lot of you on mute. Okay, I think we're good. Awesome. Okay. Well, if you guys can think of anything that we missed, just type in our chat thread or shoot a message to Bryn, or, you know, we can help you in any way. And she's better at it than me, so reach out to her first.
Thanks, Fran. You helped me a lot.
Good. Yeah, no problem.
Yep, that was amazing. Thank you so much, Bryn.
Yeah, no problem. Ladies, just dive in head first. Like, just don't be afraid of it. And also, if you're nervous about it, start doing personal development and share what you share quotes from personal development and stuff. Like, that's a great way to start. And just saying, start sharing little tidbits of your journey and just little tidbits of your day. You don't have to be posting all day every day. Just a little bit. Like, focus on at least
But it came back as a male demon, and
like 5 stories a day. Like, kind of aim for like 5 stories a day. It's really not too much, and that will kind of fill your feed, and that's enough. You don't have to be doing like a million. Start 5.
Yeah, at least 5. That's a great number. So yeah, and just spice it up, like she said. Don't be shy. Try lots of different colors and different things, and have fun with it.
Yep. If it's not fun, it's not worth it. Have fun.
Yeah, you get a lot more views if it's fun. So I'm trying to be more fun. Like, a good one to look at is Jatana Jackson. Go look at Jatana Jackson, because she like dances in hers every day.
Cute. Yeah.
So, yeah. All right. Thanks so much, Bryn. Hope you guys have a great night.
See you, ladies. Love you all.
See you, everyone.